like Paul L-E-C-K-E-R, Walter Ashby Plecker. He was a white supremacist, a bona fide racist, and he was the very first head of the Bureau of Vital Statistics in Virginia, which was the so-called first state, or so the history claims. Now, one of the things that he did, and many, many states, including California, followed his methodology to the letter. If you look like us, which meant you were the Aboriginal, Indigenous, Autochthonous American that was found here, now remember, Bureau of Vital Statistics, they're over birth records, death records, marriage records.
Right.
If you had a baby, or you got married, or you went to bury someone, and on there when they had started asking about race, when you go to Virginia and you submit your paperwork, and on there you might put Indian or whatever, they would go behind your back and they would put Negro, mulatto, Negro, mulatto. They changed the records. They started reclassifying us so that they could take our birthright and our inheritance to the land and the resources of the land and the culture from us. That's why now if you go to reservations, most of the people that tell you they're Native American Indian, they look like so-called white folks.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, they are.
Mm.
Now,
someone wants to know, what about a multiracial person when you mix? Like about
it's okay if you're multiracial. Now, I'm gonna alienate a lot of folks here too. It's okay if you're multiracial. I have a lot of sisters and brothers, but especially sisters, who feel like if your mother was not so-called black, then you can't claim it. Now, I kind of disagree, but I keep my mouth shut for the most part, because my thing is, if you are the copper-colored races or a descendant of the copper-colored races that were found here, you have right. And the Europeans came here knowing that, which is exactly why they went out of their way to tap into the bloodline. Because I'm going to tell you now, most of the people that look like me, meaning you're brown-skinned and dark chocolate-skinned, if you're still alive, there's only 2 or 3 reasons why. One, your people agreed for the purposes of survival to convert to Christianity, period. It was convert or die. The other option was, and it still frequently involved conversion, the other reason is, if you're still alive, then your people agreed to submit yourselves to serve European people. The other alternative is that your people ran off in the swamps and the bayous and the hills and the caves to get away from these people, and they never found you. Other than that, they thought they murdered all the Aboriginal, Indigenous, Autochthonous people here. That's why they say that tribe is extinct. That tribe is extinct. They didn't kill off all the bloodlines. There are some cultures or groups that are physically dead and extinct. Then there are a lot of them that are physically alive, but they're mentally dead about who they are, which makes them extinct.
Okay, Dr. Bey, the people want to ask you some questions. I'm going to take a couple of calls, and then we can get back. Okay. Area code 313926. Do you have a question or comment?
Yes, I do. Tell her I believe in everything she say, and she right. But I like what Bush said. Bush said that we was what do you call us? He said we was what's that word?
Refugees. Yeah.
Right. He said because we wasn't sworn in, so I don't have a problem with that because we know we was kidnapped and brought over here. But I beg to differ because some of us was over here, and I'm going. I heard from my great-grandfather that his father told him that every 10 ships they brought over here, 5 of them we took over. We adapted and we hustled, and we already knew how to navigate and get over here, but we were getting our children back, but we was already over here. And it's a lot of us over here, like you said, know what's going on. Have a little patience. We haven't gave up, honey. We got this, and I'm going to sad part about it, when they get rid of us, there's no more humanity because we would die to save the planet. They would kill the planet just to think they survived, like this 2012, and I'm going, see, they playing games, but I'm going, we the original people, we the lost tribe, and I'm going, 13% of the population, and we came up with 90% of the function on the planet. Who the hell they fooling? That's why they always got us thinking that, oh, we competing against one another. And I'm going, everybody and their mama trying to act like the blacks and the black man, and I'm going, if we could just stop for a moment and calm down and just join, we got this, because I'm going, see, they know that we the future. They know we the spirit. They know we create. And I'm going, they got us in lots of changes against one another, but that's our fault. Now they drop technology in the ghetto, and I'm going, before, look, if you notice at the end of the movie of 2012, the reason I keep going there is, you notice when they came back above so many years later, it was the 31st century. So when you get opportunity, listen to the pages of time, and I'm going, you read on it. Just calm down. We got this, because the thing is that they know this. And I'm going, what they call themselves is creating the man from the Middle East. And I'm going, what they meant was from the Midwest East, and that's in the United States here. And I'm going, 13% of us, and we do a hell of a lot of influence throughout the world. And I'm going, don't worry, we got this. And I understand you read on it. You got it down packed. But I'm like, a lot of us is woke, and we see this, and they can't stop us. If they stop us, the planet stops. So I appreciate you. I'll be reading your book, and I appreciate you on the show. Thanks a lot, Beverly.
And thank you, Pages of Time.
Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment. Let me just tidbit on the piggyback on what he said about us being the creators. We are the creators. They are the destroyers. You have to know the differences in the culture. Now, our people have become very destructive, especially in our own communities, but that's because we're a bit mentally lost at the moment. However, if our people don't create it, it really, for the most part, dang near doesn't exist. There's almost no thing under the sun that's worth anything that was not created by us. Now, frequently, we don't get the credit. We don't get the financial reward. We don't get the patents or whatever. Back in the day, lots of things were created by our people, but the slave owner got the credit because the slave made it. Or you have a job, the corporation you work for gets the credit because you made it. You know what I'm saying? I can think of so many things when you look around that our people made. But I'm going to go back to something as simple as Hollywood and their movies.
Yeah.
Our people, because they started going against affirmative action, because, again, they tricked Europeans into focusing on us and not paying attention to what they're doing to the system that we helped the Europeans set up to free them. And they're ingrates and ungrateful. But Hollywood movies, because there's no affirmative action anymore, Bill Clinton shot down the last of the affirmative action officially. Our people are really not going to the colleges. We're not going to the universities. We're not graduating from the screen production schools or whatever. So we're really not there. If we're not there to create it, it doesn't exist. Now, The Terminator and The Matrix were written by a sister who got no credit, no money. I know the sister personally. I haven't talked to her in years, but I know Sophia still. I probably need to call her because there's controversy over whether or not she got a settlement or not. But she created The Terminator and The Matrix. She graduated from USC film school, and she submitted. Now, she had it. She's smart enough to have gotten a federal copyright, but she submitted her manuscripts for review for movie making, and they basically sent her back a thanks but no thanks. We're not interested type of concept. And she doesn't watch, she's like me, I don't watch news or whatever. She doesn't watch movies. So it was years before she even knew that they had actually made her manuscripts into movies. I'm saying all that to say, when you look at Hollywood now, almost every single thing is a remake of this, a remake of that. You know, the Brady Bunch redone, the Transformers from cartoon to movie, you know, the Flintstones from cartoon to, they can't come up with anything new. If they want something new, they have to get it from us. And because they, as Michael Moore said, stupid white men being the problem, because they were so bent into buying into the belief of keeping us out. They're so busy trying to keep us out that everybody else got in and took over. Now, they don't know what to do about the Chinese. They don't know what to do about the Mexicans. They don't know what to do about nobody, because they spent too much time focusing on the Aboriginal indigenous people, they found here that